So here we have the Blackmagic Cinema Camera 6K. I've got a little run and gun rig right here to have a little bit of fun this weekend. I've got the Helios 44-2 and SIII Anamorphic adapter. And then, of course, I've got the battery grip from Blackmagic right here, which is the main focus of today's video. Now, I bought the battery grip for more situations like these, where I'm going to go run and gun. I want to have everything compact in one setup, and I want to go out and I want to try and film and not have to have cords anywhere, but have more battery than you could get with just the internal battery. So I can do stuff like this, where I want to go shoot anamorphic, and it's just a lot easier to get done because of the batteries all being built into this one unit. So now I'm getting a little bit over 3 hours of runtime with these aftermarket batteries I got on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description below, but I'm not necessarily saying go out and get the same batteries I did. I just got whatever batteries I could get that had decent ratings and could get to me as quick as possible. I didn't really see the point in getting the Blackmagic branded batteries, as from the tests I've seen, you don't get that much more power out of them, and I'm putting them in a battery grip. Josh Sattin, friend of the channel, if you haven't seen his stuff, check out his video. He did a runtime test with a lot of the third-party batteries. I'll put a link in the description below as well, because obviously if you want more runtime, he's got a lot more extensive tests on those batteries. But I'm using these batteries that are pretty decent. The batteries actually show the percentage on the screen. So you'll see 3 different battery percentages. It doesn't show you all as one, which is pretty cool because you will then know which batteries are getting low on power. The other thing is you can charge these batteries through the camera itself, whether it's through the AC adapter, which is right here, or through the power delivery in the USB-C. Now, a few things to mention. When it comes to powering this camera continuously, if you want to do it via power delivery, you can, but it's going to require a special cable to adapt to the AC power. I'll have a link to that in the description as well. When it comes to USB-C, you're only going to be able to charge the batteries. You're not going to be able to actually power the camera through USB-C unless you have that special power delivery converter to the AC adapter. So just do keep that in mind. It's been the same for the older Pocket cameras, but I'm not sure the older Pocket cameras actually let you charge via power delivery, where it was more of a trickle charge, where the new Cinema Camera 6K, newish Cinema Camera 6K, will accept up to 20 watts power delivery. So it's also not going to be extremely quick. This is more of an overnight thing, where on this trip, I'm not necessarily doing gig work out here, so I don't care about trickle charging over the USB-C. But if I was going to charge this for a gig, well, then I'd probably bring a dedicated battery charger for the NPF batteries. But even for me, when I'm using this on a gig, I'm really not going to be using the battery grip unless there's a few situations which I'll discuss later. For more professional stuff, I'll typically using a V-mount battery brick via some kind of rail, and it's also just to keep this thing not as tall. As you can see, the Blackmagic definitely gets a lot taller when using this grip. But situations professionally that I would use it are, like, for instance, weddings. If you're going to be using this as a second, third camera, and you're going to be leaving this on sticks, and you don't want to have to mess with the camera, and you also don't want to have cables dangling down, well, I could totally see why you'd want to use this battery grip. Just again, so you keep everything nice and compact. It's all in one unit, just like right here. Then, of course, if you're doing some more run and gun work, again, you want to keep everything nice and compact. I can go out, especially if you got something like the EVF. I want to go and film, want to keep everything nice, compact in one setup. The battery grip makes a lot of sense. Now let's talk about the grip itself. I'm going to go take it off the camera right here. So I'm doing this video because there's been a little bit of misconceptions, I'll say, about this battery grip. And I think it's because a lot of the videos were older when this thing just came out. So here's the battery grip. It screws into the bottom of the camera via just 1/4 inch here on the bottom. But there's also these pins right here. You can see right here, and they go into the bottom of the camera right here. Now, normally there's a plate that's right here, and you can actually see the plate is screwed in to the battery grip right here. There's a little cutout right here. The screw that's built into the plate screws into the bottom of the battery grip, so you will not be losing this plate. That was a big misconception on the older videos, that people thought you'd be losing this plate, but Blackmagic did this actually on their original battery grip too, where they had a place for the battery compartment, because that old one went through the battery compartment, where this one has this little plate right here with the pins. Now, the reason you want to screw this on here and not just put it away, if you're going to be taking the battery grip on and off like I do, these pins are exposed, especially right now. And in a situation like this, if I was going to go out and film out here, I would want these pins covered up. I mean, you never know if maybe some salt water got on it. After a little while, it makes you start rusting, corroding, whatever. It would just be nice to have these things, you know, covered from this plate. So it's nice that Blackmagic has the option for this plate right here. There's also two metal things that stick out on the actual grip itself. And I guess I'd call them anti-twist rods. And that's going to prevent this thing from twisting on the bottom of the Blackmagic, just because it only screws into the 1/4 inch on the bottom here. The bottom of the battery grip does have 2/4 inch threads, so you can get a nice solid tripod lock, just like the bottom of the Cinema Camera 6K. For right now, while I'm out here having fun, I have this little F38 here on the bottom. It's been fine, but of course, it's not as secure as using two separate 1/4 inch thread tripod screws. So it is worth noting that it is here on the bottom. But overall, the usability of this thing has been great. It's nice to be able to just take it apart when I put it in my travel rig and then screw it on very quick and easily when I want to go film like I'm doing right now. And again, it's just nice to have everything all compact in one camera setup. I know it makes this thing a little bit longer, so it's not going to be usable in all situations. I for sure wouldn't use this thing on a gimbal, but if you're going handheld, it makes it very usable. It adds a little bit more grip here on the bottom, so if you have big hands like me, it gives you just that little bit of extra room that I certainly do take up, as you see right here. This is kind of how I hold this thing, and I'm taking up the majority of the grip right here, and then a little bit of the actual battery grip piece right here. I wouldn't necessarily use this thing all the time, but there are certain situations where I think using the battery grip makes a lot of sense. If you have any questions about this battery grip, let me know in the comments below. If you got knowledge and value out of today's video, please make sure to hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell to keep up to date with the latest videos on the channel. I'm gonna go get filming before we lose sunlight. So my name's Fagien. Thank you for watching as always, and I'll catch you in the next video. See you later.